What's going on, everyone, and welcome. It is Wednesday. So during the middle of the week, it's usually a slower day in terms of viewers and stuff. But hey, you know what? I figured we'd do a random Wednesday live show and just see what everyone's up to today. So what's everyone up to today? I'm just kidding. Let's do a quick roll call here, see what we got going on. We got Andres 23007. What's happening? Ogre MGTOW. Dave Collins. Everyone talking. Making statements. What's going on? Wealth talks. Wealth definitely does talk. You know, your name is 100% legit. Gregory, Stephen Lum, Bad Cat. What's happening? And Abushki Rajput. Hey, hi. But yeah, sorry, I butchered your name. It's okay if you yell at me. You have 100% can yell at me. Rick 4, what's going on? Dizzy IKEA evening over there, right? So it's like just before noon where I'm at right now. And someone asked me about the Jazz Miner. I think it was Andres 23 here. Where is it? One question. How is the bathroom Jazz Miner doing? It's doing okay. I'm halfway through a video on that because I'm waiting a full 24 hours just to get a power consumption reading. So the other day when I released that video, I don't know if you guys go through comments later on and stuff or down it, but obviously we're always getting comments here. And I do try to read every single one. But someone mentioned that you can get a reported hash rate with a Jazz Miner firmware upgrade. So I was like, okay. So I went looking around, like I couldn't find anything that was up to date. The last one was sometime mid 2021 or something. But then I went to the same Sunloon website, and if you do it manually, go into support and everything, it does bring you to an updated version from June of 2022. So I did do a firmware upgrade, and you know, I'm spoiling the whole video, but I am still not seeing, at least for Flexpool, I'm not seeing any reported hash rates. He said he was seeing it on 2Miner, so maybe I could test that out some other time. But the way it sits now, I also want to see if it changes any type of the power consumption. So as we know, when I did my original video, it opened up when you overclock it to 225 megahertz at 306 watts. Then after 8 to 12 hours or so, once it's ramped up, warmed up in mining, it did drop to 303. So I did all that. I'm waiting for 24 hours now to see if the power consumption will change or not. So that's the process I am on, doing that firmware upgrade to see, you know, what the power consumption looks like after the upgrade. So I'm waiting some time to see if it makes a difference or not with that firmware. So that's where I'm at on that. Bathroom mining is doing okay. It's quiet in there. It gets hot in there after it's been running constantly. I go over there every few hours. I open the door, I give it a couple swings, and then, you know, it lets some cool air in, and then I close it. I got the exhaust fan going on in the bathroom, so it exhausts the hot air from up top outside. So kind of has its own thing happening. But yeah, awesome. That's what's going on with the bathroom miner so far. So I want to talk a few things. A few things happened today. One being Ergo. If you guys are unfamiliar with the whole Ergo eco emission thing, I did release that video right. Whereas if you haven't seen it, this one right here, Ergo miners, it's almost here. EIP 27. So that went through last night. Around 9 or 10, actually it was about 8 my time or something. So that happened last night. So we did have a reduction in block rewards on the Ergo chain. So they are down to 51 Ergo per block. And every 3 months now, it's going to drop another 3 Ergo. So we're in June. Actually, it said July though for some reason. So maybe in 1 month, it's going to drop another 3, and then 3 months. Every 3 months, it's going to drop another 3 after that. And a lot of people are taking this the wrong way because they're like, oh, another halving, you know, we're losing rewards, block rewards. And, you know, that is true. It kind of sucks, but it's part of their whole emission schedule. But it actually extends Ergo than what it used to be. So there's a lot of miscommunication going on out there. Originally, when Ergo was dropped in 2019, we can go to the website maybe and look at this because I can't remember the numbers completely. But in 2019, Ergo drops. It was in, you know, a bear market. And it was set to be, you know, pretty much fully minted within 8 years. 8 years. So from the time it went mainnet in 2019 till I guess 2027 or something, that'd be about 8 years. That would mean it was completely minted, no more coins to be minted, and now you're just relying on transaction fees and rental storages through holders of the coin in their own wallet. So it's like a rental fee for holding it. So that's all you would have got at that point. This actually increases that an additional 14 14 years on top of the original thing. So instead of being an 8-year time frame of being fully minted, we now have an extra 14 years on top of that. So this does extend the life into the next a few bull runs. If you have a 4-year cycle happening all the time, we got a few bull runs of decent block rewards still coming. And usually by this next two bull runs from now, we'd pretty much be out of Ergo at that point. So this is a good thing in terms of rewards being earned for miners. And in theory, everything should pick up. Ergo has a lot of different chains starting to build on them now. So we could see some nice future. Remember, right now we're hanging out at a 51 block reward. Ethereum is only sitting at a 2 Ethereum block reward. Obviously the price is so high, that's why it's so profitable and all the miners are flocking to it. But if we see some nice price gains and stuff on Ergo, when it gets down to potentially that 3 Ergo block reward, we could be making the same amount or what ETH is currently, in maybe 8 years or 10 years from now. So this is a good thing, I think, for it. They slowed down the emissions instead of speeding up. So a lot of miners saying, oh, we're done, you're out of it, whatever, but they actually increased this. So this is a good thing, I think, when it comes to miners. On top of that, the miners are the ones who voted. You guys had the chance to vote. I know a lot of people don't really realize that, but Ergo is pretty much, it's a community blockchain and everything. Every miners, myself, I didn't vote on this. I'm going to look into how so you can get on the next ones. A lot of people didn't know about it, but everyone that knew about it and mined it and been paying attention to Ergo knew about this, and you can vote on anything they want to do. You as a miner have a say on what happens on the Ergo blockchain. So that's another thing that's huge when it comes to proof of work. So as a miner in general, Ergo's trying to support the mining community. So anyway, what's going on here? Wouldn't call it bad, maybe suboptimal. Yeah, it's just that a lot of miners are looking at the bear market right now. Every cycle, 2017, you get a lot of influx of miners. Then we have that crash. 2021 got even bigger. So we have a larger influx of more miners coming in. Look at the hardware that's sitting on Ethereum and now compared to previous times. There's a ton. So much more hardware, so much more miners on top of other miners expanding, whatever. But you're bringing more miners in each cycle, and then with that becomes new people that don't really realize what's going on. They pretty much FOMO in at the all-time high, and now all you hear is cutting rewards there, this happening there, and they don't know or understand what is happening in the whole mining communities. And this is normal. Coins to do halvings and whatever else, all the coins pretty much do this. There's a few that might not or something, but like they all go through having a mission type of schedule. So this is just a normal thing that happens. And Ergo actually extended their schedule instead of reducing it as much as a lot of people actually think. So anyway, are you being bearish or bullish on GPU mining in the future? Your thoughts? I'm kind of up in the air right now. Honestly, I'm up in the air. I am bullish on GPU mining in the future. It's the easiest way for crypto people to get into crypto, whether it's a game or whatever. You just want to try it out for the first time. That's legitimately how I got into crypto myself. Is I had a gaming channel first, and I was mining away, playing games, and then it's like I'm gonna try earning crypto. I hear you can earn money in this, so I tried mining with one single GPU in my gaming rig, and that's how it led me into the whole crypto space. So anybody can come into the crypto space through a GPU, and it brings in a lot of people, and then from there you explore a whole bunch of options, and now you're hooked on crypto. So for bringing more people in and utilization stuff, GPUs is actually incredibly bullish in that way. Obviously on a POS platform, you think about crypto, someone that's never heard about it, you hear prices are coming down. All you see on mainstream media is don't get into crypto, it's too volatile, yada, yada, yada. Meanwhile, we know in the background, these hedges, these banks, whatever they are, governments, they're buying it up. They're just telling you to stay away from it because they don't want you to make money. They want to control your money. That's why they want you to stay away. So everyone that believes everything they see all the time, they're seeing all this on TV and stuff, and they're not going to go into a coin and buy it. They're like, I'm not going to waste my money on that. Everyone's losing money, yada, yada, yada. So it brings less people to a coin on a POS platform because you actually have to spend your money to actually get some. And where mining, obviously, you can mine a little bit and then you can transfer it, swap it to something, see gains, see losses. You can play around a lot more at that point. So it's very cool. Now, as for the future, GPU mining profitability will pick up back up again once Ethereum is gone. It's just that I think it's going to take a while, and it's not going to be nearly what we've seen in the past. Like if you're thinking you want to buy a GPU, it's going to ROI in a year, maybe even 2 years. That's probably not the case. I do think potentially future ROI values of GPUs is probably going to be anywhere in the 2, 3 to possibly 5-year range. Even in the next bull run, it's going to be a lot lower than what we're used to, unless it does come down to how many miners actually quit. It is going to come down to miners quitting. And then the more miners that quit, obviously that's less difficulty and hash rate to spread across these coins. And that does bring the profitability back up a bit. But at the same time, if everyone's buying all the GPUs, it's not really going to do that. So it's kind of crazy. One more thing I wanted to take a look at. I did look into the other day. I don't know if you guys seen this video or not. If you haven't, check it out. Honestly, I know there's good information in there, but you know, buckle up. The price of Bitcoin will be wild. So in this video, I kind of went through of when I think the low is going to be and an estimate of what the low of the price of that low could potentially look like. Now, I didn't go through everything in the middle and in between, and depending who you talk to or who you ask, you know, you're obviously going to get. No one can tell the future exactly on what's going to happen, but I think it's a pretty good analysis of what the bottom could be and where it could be. Now, a lot of people will disagree with that because they're like, you know what, it's still going to go up. We already hit bottom. It's not going to go any lower. It's impossible. But I was been talking about everything I did show in that video like 6-7 months ago when people were saying it's never going to fall below 40,000 and stuff. And look where we're sitting now. And I'm still saying it's going to go lower. So now we've had some highs this week. And I thought it was really interesting because I did not go through this through the video. But let's take a look at Bitcoin price right now. So we're going to go BTC price, coin, gecko. And I know everyone, you know, we're having this, we're running into this, you know, this is happening in the world. That's happening in the world. You know, things were happening back then too. And everyone was saying the exact same things. Every cycle, everyone comes up with the same excuses, but it seems like the same things keep on happening. So I'm going to go to the max here, all. Now this is going to be really funny. Let's go back to 2013. Now, what month are we currently sitting in? We are hanging out in June. So we're coming up to July. Remember, everything is not going to be exactly the same every time. But I think within a couple months, we can see some. So look at 2013 when we had this past bull run here coming in. So is this it right here? No, that's not it. We got to go way back here. So 2013, we're coming down into here. Remember, there's the low there. So we're going to cut it in. Now look at this. Now the low was... Got the low there, so we're going to come in a bit more. Now let's look at June and July. So look at this. May coming into April and then June. Here we are, summer, June to July. We see another pump. Back in 2013, after the all-time high, in the middle of summer, July stuff, we are seeing this pump. But again, what happens later on in the year? We see that drop to the all-time low. So we've been seeing a pump for the past week. People think, oh, we've hit bottom, we're coming back up. Guys, this has happened every single cycle before around the same time. Look at this, going back up. Now let's fast forward to 2017, because you know what, 2013, who cares what happened then? Let's go to 2017 and see what happens then. So we're going back down to the all-time here. So now we're coming in. Here is 2017's all-time pump, and then we're going to find the low. Where did it hit the low? Is right about there. Coming in. Is this the low here? 58, 57. Nope, that's not the low. Finding the low, guys. Looking for the dip. There we go. There's the low right there. Move it in. Now, let's look at this. Oh, look at this. Look at, we have a pump coming in now. Where is this? July. July to August. Again, we have a pump happening around the same time. Now, this is a month later than what's currently happening right now, but like I said, you can't predict it to the exact same day. But in the summer, we're coming into July. We're seeing another pump here. But what happens again? We could see another one coming up after another dip. But at the end of the year, we are going to see the low happen 1 year from the all-time high. It's going to have another drop. So again, I do not think we're in the bottom. Now we're going to fast forward to what's happening right now. And we can see we're coming down, and now we're starting to hit that blip coming into June or July. So we were dropped, and we're going to probably see some upcomings here like we're currently seeing right now. It's dipping down again today. But at the end of the year, we're going to see a landslide fall off again. So all these things have been happening before. The bottom is still going to be coming. And a few of you guys wanted me to look at Ethereum as well because you thought the numbers I went through look pretty realistically and basing everything. So I might look at Ethereum later on also and do a video on that. But I wanted to point that out. You know, we are kind of having a rebound, but this has all happened every single cycle. We're going to have our ups and downs. We're going to hit our bottom. We're going to have a few little smaller ups and downs. We're going to trade sideways for a while. And then leading up to the 4-year cycle, 2024 is going to start coming up. That's when the halving happens. But 2025 will be the explosion into the next bull run, which we're going to see all new all-time highs than we've previously seen before. So this is how I see crypto playing out in the future. Now, again, not financial advice. Don't go out and do everything based on that. Do your own research. This is just how I'm looking at it and what I think things are going to play out. I cannot say 100% that that's what is going to happen, but based on everything that has happened before, I think that's how it's going to play out. So, yeah. What's that, guys? Does that make sense to you guys? They're going to claim BTC going to 10K for 6 months and it might finally out. Yeah. Stay away from Reddit. Stay away from all the blog posts. Like, as soon as you see a little uphill swing, it's funny because then you look at things. Then as soon as you see Bitcoin come up, then all crypto comes up. You'll see blockchains, blog posts all over the place. ETH is pumping. Dogecoin is pumping. This is pumping. Obviously, those are pumping. If Bitcoin is going up, so is everything else. And if Bitcoin's going down, so is everything else. All you really got to pay attention to is Bitcoin, and the other coins will follow it if they're not dying off. But you know, most of the holding coins out there, the main ones, they're going to follow the same thing that does. Another thing to look into, Chia, during this last bear run, or this bear run we're currently in the past couple of weeks, while everything was landsliding down, Chia has been going up. And that's insane. I don't know why, what's going on there. Now, there have been some background talk of a potential scam, a pump and dump. They're releasing news, probably trying to drop some tokens. But you know, instead of telling that, if you're holding Chia and you know you're worried about it, or it's probably someone that's not holding Chia that's trying to scare everybody. Say, don't get into it, because obviously, what are you gonna do? Like, if you see some of these things lining up and say it is potentially a pump and dump scam, why don't you just get in on it? If it's pumping, just go sell your coins. And if it dumps, you can buy those coins back and get a lot more coins. You just made a bunch of money and you end up with more coins. So if you think it's truly a pump and dump scam, why don't you just buy into it? Take your own word for it. Instead of telling everyone to stay away, do this. Sell your coins. Wait for it to dump and then buy some more. Like, just, why don't you just revert yourself instead of just, you know, telling everyone, don't do this, don't do that, whatever. In my mind, if something like that is about to happen, you know, capitalize on it. Do what you got to do. Again, not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. But that's just me. This is just the way I look at things. You know, everyone has different ways of looking at things, but this is just how I look at it anyway. When you look at Chia, you just think of those annoying. Yeah, I remember that old Chia. You know, the old Chia pet back in like the 80s. They were huge in the 80s. Oh yeah, the Chia pet at 100%. They still got those around somewhere, but they were definitely huge back in the 80s, early 90s. What other stuff do we have to look at? Some Ethereum block time stuff. So take a look at this. We have been hitting the 15-second block times as of yesterday. And if I go to ETH S stats here, it is saying 16.6. You can't see that because my screen is messed up. But I don't know. I think this does glitch out quite a bit because when I looked at it yesterday, it was saying an average block time of 7 hours. Can you imagine a 7-hour block on the Ethereum network? What would those gas fees hit at? Think of that. The past 7 hours, everybody trying to get in a transaction, nothing is moving on the chain whatsoever in 7 hours. Now, obviously, that wasn't the case, but you know, this was saying 7 hours yesterday. This site does glitch out quite a bit. I don't know if it's legitly at 16 seconds right now. It might be. Or we can watch this, see when we find a block. So we're at 10 now, 11, 12. Let it run its thing. Usually this is full of blocks though, so that's crazy. 16. So we're at 16 there. Just found a block. So interesting. But yeah, don't always just go by this number. I like to wait and look at the previous days, wherever that was. So it does look like though we did hit 15.5 seconds per blocks yesterday. So it is definitely coming up. And because of that, I can't remember the block number, but yes, we are going to have that delay in the difficulty bomb sometime potentially next week, I think. I'm just looking at, yeah, 29th, 30th. So anywhere between 7 to the next 9 days. Every time you look at it, it's anywhere from June 29th to potentially July 1st or 2nd, depending on the blocks being found. Remember, the blocks are being found slightly slower now due to the fact that the difficulty bomb is going off, but then it also delays that a little bit as hash rate comes off the network as well. You can see here on Ethereum, we are down to 891 terahash with some dips downwards of 868. We had a big dip here, 830 terahash. So we're down about 300 terahash from what we were like a month or two ago. Let's take a look at a year ago. Like, look at this over here. 1 point some, 1 point, where was the last big dip? So June 9th. So just like, you know, 10, 11, 12 days ago or so, we were at 1 petahash and we're down to here. But look at that glip. Like, we're down to 891 terahash. We lost like 300 and some terahash here, right? 300 terahash, about 8, 9, 10, no, yeah, 250 to 300. So we look back, like way back when, like look at here, 2020. That is, we lost more terahash than the total hash rate that was supporting the chain in 2020. And you know, you think about it, that's huge, that's massive amount, but the amount of hash rate that's on Ethereum, it doesn't look like that much right now. But really think about it, in 2020, there is more hash rate that just dropped off in the past week than the entire chain being supporting Ethereum. And in this time zone here, 380 mega hash was mining 1.2 Ethereum per month. So think about those numbers. Look how much more hash rate came onto the Ethereum network. That is absolutely insane. And I don't know if you guys saw my video earlier today or not, but I want to have a look at this. So I'm going to copy this. Look at this. So let's take our daily, weekly, monthly. So this is currently 1.76 average hash rate on Ethereum. And it's only monthly at the current prices and stuff. 710 USD per month. 710. That's down from, well, I think like 3-4 weeks ago, I was around $1,200-$1,300 a month. So like we're almost 50% less profits than we were from about a month ago. So that's insane. That's insane. And the profitability dropping down due to the price, the difficulty bombs playing a little bit into it. And then now, but check this out. Now this is for, we have 58 viewers in here. This is for your guys' eyes only. I may be able to make you guys' GPUs more profitable. And if you guys saw this morning's video, you may have seen that. I'm not going to make a video on this yet, but I think that this does have a lot of work to it. So watch this, or a lot of interesting facts. So let's go to Ethereum Classic. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to open my dashboard. Now I also want to go to what to mine. Everyone comes to what to mine. Like, these are some of the these are things I would be doing if I didn't have a channel, but obviously I have a channel now, so I share it with you guys. And then people hate me for it. I do a video and like I can show you what to do now and try to help you guys out and stuff. But 3 days from now, someone that watches the video, obviously hash rate swings, things happen, and they come back and yell at me saying I was lying. Well, I wasn't lying at the time. And obviously, if I didn't make a video, it'd still be probably doing what I said it would be doing. But if I didn't have a channel, this is what I legitimately would be doing and not telling anybody because I wouldn't have a channel. But I would be able to stay fairly profitable because of it. So let's take a look at this. 3070. Everyone comes in here. They go to what to mine. 48 cents on Ethereum. We got 46 on ProgPow, but it uses more power. This would increase my power bill, so it wouldn't make sense for me to actually, that's Ethereum still more. Cross it off, cancel it. Now let's go down here. Look at where are we? Look at Ethereum Classic. It's way down here. People probably don't even scroll that far. Seriously, they go to here, they go to that, and they go, okay, anything like this, not even worth looking at. Everyone's always looking like right here. But seriously, go down, scroll down. Look at Ethereum Classic, 38 cents. You look at that and be like, no thanks. That's not working, making very much. Not at all. All right, cool. It hardly has any hash rate on it. So now if I go to mining Ethereum Classic, and I go to my dashboard, I only have that one single rig on it. This little guy right here. 140 mega hash is all I have on this. It's currently making 3.3 ETC a month, 1.1 per day or weekly. But check this out. If I go to my blocks, because there isn't very much, I've only had this miner for 2.5 weeks. I found 3 blocks, 2 blocks and 1 uncle. That is like 5 to 7 ETC I've found in the past 2.5 weeks. If I convert that over to my GPU's hash rate and put everything on here, I could potentially be finding 60 to 65 blocks solo mining ETC per month. All right, so what's the price of ETC right now? ETC, I'm going to go into here. ETC price. We're going to go to CoinGecko. I just like it because it lets me input my stuff. So I'm going to go into CoinGecko now. That's not CoinGecko at all because I got to learn how to read. Awesomeness. There we go. Go down here. So let's say, let's say I hit 60. 60 is 927 per month if I hit that. And that's already, where is my thing? 927. So if I go to my total monthly earnings here, that's 720, 712. I'm already making, 80 extra dollars. Now, if I hit 65 blocks per month, which works out to be about the same, that's $1,000. I'm over $1,000 a month, which is 300 USD over what I'd be pool mining on Ethereum Classic. Now, remember, it's a gamble. You don't know if you're actually going to play it out. You don't know if you're going to hit those blocks. Once I do hit my payout here, I am going to swap this over and then start solo mining on just this little Apollo rig, this little 140 mega hash here. So let's just say 2 blocks. So what is an actual legit Ethereum Classic block reward? ETC block reward. Let's go into here. ETC block reward. And the reason why I know stuff like this works because I did it all the time in solo mining or CPU mining. If you're CPU mining, might be to a pool, it might not be working good. If you find some coin that no one's looking at and you solo mine it, you start smashing off blocks, it starts becoming extremely profitable, keeping your CPUs, able to pay for your power or something while nothing else can. So anyway, we got 2.56 of an ETC block reward. So that is 505.12. So right now, this thing, 5.12. Right now, that little Apollo, if I would have been solo mining, is already making $79 USD. $79 in the current market of only $15. This thing only costs about $699. I could ROI this thing in the current bear market in probably 4 or 5 months. Now, if I waited for the all-time high, imagine if I made 512 and I shut this thing off. So if I shut this thing off right now, and people don't like to hear this because they think it's not accurate or any way, but I really do think it's accurate. Why are you mining? Why do you hodl? You hodl because you think your coins are going to be worth more. So what is the point of hodling if you don't think this is going to work? I can't wrap my head around that. But we do know bull runs, prices go up. So if I mine this for just 1 month and then shut it off, $136 is what our all-time high was. Obviously, you probably sell in here because you're waiting for the run-up. But the next bull run, we usually see higher gains. I think ETC could potentially, maybe it'll hit $160, maybe $200 next bull run. I don't know, but it could hit at least $136. So at $136 right now at 5.12, let's go to the calculator here. So we got 5.12 times 136. 1 month of mining, if you get 2 blocks, is $696. This thing has already ROI'd itself. So if I solo mined 1 month, hit the blocks I just showed you, shut it off, and don't touch it ever again, and wait till 2025 and sell it, I could pay for this thing just by shutting it off right now if I was solo mining at the time, and it would be ROI'd. Now, everything from now up until the next year and a half that it can mine is going to be 100% bonus profits on top of that. So this thing is profitable. So this is one way to look at mining and profits. Look outside the box. Don't go to what to mine and just think, that's what it's going to do. Here's another scenario. Look at Ergo, for example. Now the hash rate and difficulty does kind of jump around, but look at it's at 14.5 terahash compared to, where was ETC? 23.57. Now remember, most GPUs, NVIDIAs, you got twice the hash rate over Ethereum Classic and Ethereum. Example, on A2000 or 3060 Ti, like let's just look at this. Right now, here's a 3070. We're doing about 60 to 61 mega hash, but 160 on Ergo. You could double your hash rate. So that means this is looking like a lot less hash rate than originally. So if you started solo mining this, you could potentially be pumping out even more blocks than solo mining something like Ethereum Classic. Now, Ergo, another trick you can do here is look at the hash rates of coins. We do know Ergo and Neta had a thing going on. Well, they still do. And, it was looking more profitable. Everything, the bugs are starting to get worked out. So I do want to test that again and see how it's coming in. But if we went to Ergo and you watch it, all the hash rate came in. It takes about a week and a little bit for the difficulty to drop because it's not really optimized in difficulty. So in 1 week from now, we're going to start seeing those drops off the network that people initially went to. So now, about a day before that, swap your rigs onto Ergo. It's all about timing, guys. Smash out those solo blocks. And then when everyone starts seeing it's profitable again, the difficulty will start adjusting, then back off to another coin. And this is how you can start remaining profitable and keeping the profitability on those GPUs up. But I don't know. This is just ways to look at mining crypto. It is a strategy thing other than just coming here saying, I'm going to pool mine this. I'm going to do this. There's other ways to mine crypto to keep your profitability as high as possible. Now, does that make sense to some of you guys? Maybe I went too fast. Maybe it just, doesn't make sense at all. Or maybe no one really cares at this point in time. I don't know. Let me know. What do you guys think about that? Does that kind of work out and make sense to you guys? Because that's stuff you really got to start looking at, especially in bear markets. If you want to keep that profitability up. The Mix Slim 82. That's what I've been doing with Conflux, solo mining with the low block times, collecting with intent to hold for the next run. Currently 0.5, but 150 plus all time. Yeah, awesome. That's awesome, Mix Slim 82. Awesome, good stuff. See, there's a whole bunch of different ways to look at things. Don't just go to what to mine. You can drop to something that, there isn't much hash rate, throw out a few solo blocks or something, or, maybe it doesn't make sense to solo. Some coins, it doesn't make sense to solo mine. Pool mining can pay off. In the end, there is the argument that solo mining versus pool mining, it all works out in the end. But realistically, if you're pumping out more blocks than you are through a pool and you're solo mining like we're seeing right now, I am definitely making more through solo mining. But again, maybe out of 5 years, it may even out after 5 years. But again, who knows? We're all in it. Everyone's trying to get as much as they possibly can right now. And it is all a gamble, but it's just crazy. I celebrated it with Southern food, rough stuff. Oh, Tech Man, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? Anyway, Tech Man, I just seen you arrived here. What's happening? Bzz, the sound of the miner. Yeah, the sound of the miner. I also got some other stuff in today. Actually, yesterday, I got to try and set up. I got some helium parts, so I'm going to try some new antennas and stuff. So that'll be fun, I think. I know a lot of people hate helium right now, but I'm still trying it out. I'm still trying to get it going, and who knows? Who knows what could happen? What if a fork happens? We don't know. We have no idea what's going on in this crypto world right now. All we know is that we're all losing profitability. But the future is still going to be looking amazing. I like 20% or less humidity. I would die in the south. Yeah, what are we at? Well, we're around 25, 28%. Alberta is very, very dry, especially in the winter. In the winter, Alberta is allegedly drier than the Sahara Desert. So they say. So I don't know, but we do drop down to like 15% humidity and stuff. It also gets cold. That's why the cold here isn't as bad as a lot of people think. You think, oh, minus 40 degrees, but it's so dry that yes, it is really, really cold. But at the same time, it's not the same. Like minus 20 in like a 40% humidity climate probably feels a lot colder than minus 40 does here. Kind of what I mean. It all depends where you live, what you're used to, stuff like that. But right now we have some crazy weather going through, and we are around the 40% humidity range based on all the meters I got strategically placed around the house. H&T will bounce back. See, look, we got a helium bull right there. Stephen Lum, what's going on? I have been looking on the Discord and stuff and various posts that helium wards do look like people are getting it back. Helium is trying to fix this, and this is why I think there is decent chances here. Yes, there's a lot of miners coming in. The difficulties are changing the way the reward structure is and all sorts of stuff going on that people don't like. But the thing is, the devs are active and they are trying to fix things. And this is something I look at and I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't care what people are saying everywhere. If they say it's red and bloody and bad, but the devs are still trying to work on something, that's okay by me. I'm still going to try it. And if it works out in my favor, awesome. If it doesn't, whatever. I know the risks. You guys know the risks of crypto. If it fails, it fails. I go in already thinking that it could fail, but if it doesn't and it does good and a bonus happens because of it, you're smiling. So that's just the way to look at all these different projects in my mind. I've been crap lately with recent HIPs, but my miners are getting back to work. See, yeah, awesome, good stuff. Bad skin, so dry. Yes, that is very bad for your skin, actually. Just working, here to support. Oh, sounds good, Tech Man. You stay at work, don't get fired. It's not Sunday, so you're not on your way to the casino. I forgot I was keeping track of that. Last couple Sundays you weren't, so that's good. Shervinez, my 8x3070 rig gets a weird error at random times. Sometimes after 1 hour, other time after 24 hours. I cannot unlock GPU number 2, cannot get temperature, can't get fan speed. Card goes to 0 mega hash. On your 8x3070 rig at random times. What miner are you using and what drivers? Don't use any of the latest. I don't know if Linux has the latest NVIDIA driver or not on it, But allegedly, the latest NVIDIA drivers, they did bring back LHR. So you are going to have to use, I believe the latest one you can use is 51260 or 62. I can't remember the number. But that's the latest one you are going to want to use if you're in Linux. And I don't remember the number for Windows. But don't use the absolute latest drivers because LHR is back. So that could be one issue, is a driver problem. The other one, maybe, are you in Windows or are you in Hive also? I don't know. You might have to update your latest to your latest Hive OS type of operating system. What is it? The kernel for Linux. Try that out as well. 51068. I'm out using the latest. Oh, you're not using the latest? Try. I'm pretty sure it's 512. I think it's 512. I don't know. Someone confirm that. Is 512 the latest or is it 51068? For some reason I want to think 51262 or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. But try a driver change. See if that helps you or not. Try a couple of reboots. Check all your risers, but it should only be one card that fails on that. But usually when you have issues like that, it's something small. Now, what settings are you using also? 512 is for Windows, 510 is... Okay, 512 is Windows, 510 is Linux. All right, so you're good then. You should be all right. That sounds like the proper driver then. I always get Windows and that mixed up. It's almost 8 o'clock, not 12. What? 8 o'clock, not 12. Where? Where you at? Oh, craziness. So do we have any questions, guys? Actually, wow. It seems like I went through so long. I've been here forever, but I actually haven't been here this long. Maybe it's just because I'm just boiling. It's hot in here. Super hot. What am I got going on? I can do some updates here. So I'm printing out a bunch more CPU mining stands because I am expecting some more CPU mining rigs. So yes, to touch back on the previous question that I did get, am I bullish on GPU mining? Yes, the profitability is going to be okay. It's going to come back. Ergo's doing good things. Hopefully Flux does some good things. Hopefully some other coins do some great things. But it's going to take, I believe, a couple cycles. It's going to take time or a lot of miners quitting. But remember, this is going to be a GPU mining winter for a very long time once Ethereum is gone, potentially through a full cycle or two. But that doesn't mean other things are going to be affected unless everyone goes out and switches the way they mine. So obviously that's going to affect everything. But I'm getting some more CPUs in. You know, I might get some more hard drives for some more Chia action. And, you know, just other ways to mine crypto. So those are other variants. Currently, I'm probably the least bullish on GPUs until hash rate and everything does settle down and maybe a cycle or two. But again, I'm always watching the hash rate numbers and, you know, trying to look for something to kind of slide in and jump in there and say, okay, I'm going to pick up some profits here because that's the way I roll. I just like to, you know, look around and peek in and poke a bit of hash rate here, poke a little bit of hash rate a little bit over there, and, you know, try and grab some profits here and there. But I am trying to grab some more CPUs. Next bull run, you know, I think Raptorium, they have new wallets, new smart contracts are coming. They got a lot of things coming. So I'm trying to build up the old CPU army here. I believe I'll be at about, I think I have another 13 rigs on the way now. They're being shipped. So that's going to be awesome. It's 10 3900Xs and 3 5950Xs, I believe, are on the way. Power supplies, motherboards, everything. So that's going to almost double, actually over double my current CPU mining farm. I'll be hanging out around the 23, 24 CPU range. So that'll be pretty sweet once that all gets here. So we're going to be building up those rigs and then, yeah, playing around with them as well. So that'll be fun. And then I don't know what else. Like I said, I need some more hard drives, get into the old Chia aspect. We don't know if it's going to do anything, but if it does, great. Remember, these things don't use very much power. A CPU rig uses like 95 watts if you set it right. It can use over 200 watts if you don't set it right. So however you want. Chia, couple watts. Helium, 15, 30 watts. I don't know how. I haven't checked in my DPR mining yet. Let's check on that. How do I get in there again? This thing. Yeah, there we go. I haven't checked on this for a while, so let's have a peek here. I think this is right. Did I log in right? Yes, I did. All right, so where's my mining here? Where? Wallet. So what am I at? Wallet manager. Oh, did I break it? I broke it. I broke it. Where is it? Mining. How come I can't find it? Wallet balance. Oh, I gotta look. So I'm at 102 coins. Nice. I don't know how long I've really been mining yet. So let's just see if I can find it. So there's all my rewards, about 2.73 a day. It's been what, a month, 2 months since I first did that Deeper Connect video? I'm not sure. But wallet balance, so I'm at 102. I don't no idea what that's worth right now. So let's just see what DPR is worth. DPR price. And remember, this thing uses like 5 or 10 watts. This thing uses 5 or 10 watts of power. It's on when my internet's on. It's like enterprise security, decentralized private network. So what do I have? 102. It's worth 20 cents. Oh, $2.94. Pretty much just having my internet on. That's not bad. But what were previous prices on this thing? So we are obviously in a low. So what if this went up to 20 cents? Look at that. This thing hit 20 cents at times. It peaked over at 28 cents. So, you know, future bull runs, we may see something decent in terms of profitability, but just another way of mining. Right now, it looks like crap. It's garbage. I made $2.94 in, you know, a little over a month, maybe 2 months. No idea. Not very much, but it's not using any power and it's just hanging out there. If something explodes on the deeper connect network or something, obviously I'm running to the bank laughing. So I'm just looking at different ways to mine, getting into a little bit of everything, try it out. If it fails, it fails. If it does good, it does good. So versify, guys, versify. You have several 2080s and I just bought another one recently. And when I hook it up, it mines. But the weird part, it shows power limit 000 and Hive and shows max power usage, but it's not. I don't know. I've never played with a 2080, but maybe it's due to a driver. Like, I don't know if the newer drivers will work on some of the old, like, it's weird to say a 2080 is an older GPU. It is, but maybe the brand new ones don't work. They should still be supported because I know if you put in a 2 gigabyte, I do have a 2 gigabyte here, but the new drivers, it will not load. It'll get a malfunction and all sorts of errors. So you do got to go back a whole bunch of NVIDIA drivers in order to utilize those older 10-year cards. 2080 is obviously not 10 years, but this, what is the RX 970 2 gigabyte card was like from, I don't even know what year, but I wanted to try it out and see if I can mine. There are coins with no DAG files that I could mine on this 2 gigabyte card. And I was really thinking about seeing if I could get any type of profits out of it on anything, but obviously in this market, most likely not. But it does take a lot more work and it could be a driver thing. You know, sometimes they're picky. I don't really know. Best to go with 59 or 5950X. Well, it all depends on the price. I think currently, I don't even know what the prices of these things are anymore. Like, let's go to Kijiji. This is the good old Canadian buy and sell used marketplace that we use here in Canada. Let's look at a 3900X. What are they currently selling for on the used market? Now, remember, when I first started building up my CPU farm, I was spending about, a good price was about $450 for a 3900X. Well, I can already see that they're at 360, 400, 400, 325. So these are obviously coming down in price. And that's good because the 3900X on our Raptorium anyway was slightly outperforming the 5000 series, but not by much, not worth what it was. Then scalpers got a hold of those and just exploded them. Now for the 5900X, let's just see what they're going for. Probably a little more because they are the newer tech. But this guy wants, oh, plus RAM. Okay, that has RAM in his. $450 for a 5900 and the motherboard. Just CPU and motherboard. 400 for just CPU. He's selling this motherboard for only $50. Look at that, just CPU and motherboard. 400 for just the CPU at a 450. So that's actually not bad. A 5900X with a motherboard for 450. So prices are actually coming down on everything. So let's just see what a 5950X is pulling here for prices. Check that out. Remember, I have links to, you know, a lot of the stuff. So if you want to check out Amazon or something, be sure to use the links in the description because it greatly helps out the channel. Well, by greatly, it's not greatly. It's a very small, like 0.5 to 1% at no extra charge to you. So don't really see much, but it helps the channel. New and unused, so 650, 3950 extra 430. This ain't bad. That's not bad right there. That's about the same price you see some of the 3900X is coming in at 3950. Sweet deal. 715 for a 59. Obviously, that looks like a way better price now. But it looks like these are about, I would definitely go with probably, that's not too bad there, but the 5900Xs are definitely looking like a better, way better, you know, price to performance type of estimation there. So yeah, I'd probably go with 5900Xs. Again, it depends on your own market. Check your own markets. Things could, what I'm looking at here could be totally different to where you live. What else we got? Let's take a look at GPUs though, guys. Are they coming? Let's look at mining rigs. Our mining rigs, complete rigs coming on for sale. Now, I don't recommend buying rigs, buying GPUs or anything at this time, because I know prices are coming down, and we've been looking at, like, you know, $2,500 for a 3060 Ti for the past 2 years. That's Canadian prices, not USD, but you know where I'm getting at. You know, double, triple the normal price of a GPU. And then now prices are getting close to MSRP, even below MSRP. And we're like, oh my gosh, they're so cheap. Got to start buying it now. The market's crashing. You know, awesome. Things are cheap now. But that's not the case. Once Ethereum is gone, these prices are going to be the next scalper prices. Legitly, these prices are going to drop by another 30 to potentially even 50% of what you're seeing now. So no, just because it's starting to look very good compared to what they were, they're going to start looking even better compared to what they were right now in the future some more once Ethereum is gone. So keep that in mind. 620 mega hash crypto mining, $10,000. No thanks, buddy. Maybe for $1,000, I'll give you a message. I'm just kidding. That's a super undercut. Imagine those 620 for 1,000. I would definitely probably pick that up. But at the same time, is it worth it? Would it be worth it? Maybe you start selling used gaming PCs, because honestly, what if GPU mining doesn't come back? What if it doesn't pick up? What if it remains unprofitable or just break even for the next 10 years? That could definitely be a thing too. We don't know. It all comes down to how many miners quit the networks and how much of a price gain we do see in future bull runs. There are a chance that we might still not be profitable in the next bull run. It's a possibility. Highly unlikely we might see 20, 50 cents or something, but again, it's way too soon to tell. Crypto mining farm, 3 gigahash, please contact. So no thanks. Mining rig, 333 for 4,500. That's way too expensive. Mining rig, 340, way too expensive. Like, you know, maybe around $800 to $1,000 Canadian per 100 mega hash might be okay. that's the way we're looking at prices, guys. It's just for real. It's gonna be insane. Like when I got that 380, like it was 2020, maybe 2019, early 2020. I bought what was it? It was 12 RX 580 GPUs, 380 mega hash, 2 motherboards, 4 power supplies, the Amazon rack, everything, all that for like $1,350 Canadian. 380 mega hash. That was mining 1.2 Ethereum per month off that rig for $1,350. That's insane. That's how cheap things are going to be getting. You might just be thinking, oh, but that's 580s. They're older. But this was 4 years ago, and these were top. Those are still really good cards at the time. So 3060 Ti's and stuff, you might think they're going to maintain a lot of value. Same time, we have the new gens and everything coming out. So how much value are they going to hold if nobody wants these cards? They don't have any value if you can't sell them. It's the same thing with hodling your coins for the rest of your life, and you're saying, well, I ROI'd or I didn't ROI, I got this many tokens, it's worth this much. So if you didn't sell at the last high, really you didn't make anything, because you're still holding those tokens. It's not worth it. It's worth whatever it's sitting at right now. So someone just hit my chair, and I was like, what's going on? Tripped me out. The little one just came in at me out of nowhere. Anyway, so what do we got? Let's go through the live chat here, see what you guys are talking about. I'm kind of all over the place today, but that's all right. I have several. Okay, we went to the 2080s there. Hard fork crypto. Do you have any A2000s? So what drivers are you using OC settings? Yes, I got a few A2000s actually. Let me see. Uh-oh, I don't know if I can find it. A2000s, where are you? Oh, great. Of course, Hive is broken now on me. Hi. Hi.
What are you doing?
Okay, here's this. Trying to bring it up. All right, OCTOMINER 1. Open. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3. I got 4 A2000s this rig, 2 A2000s in OCTOMINER 2. But these ones are running at 1,000 core and 3,200 on the memory. This one's down a little bit, but they're usually around the 42 mega hash mark. Maybe they're overheating a bit. It is kind of hot today. You can see we're smoking 110 up here. So that's insane. But usually they're around a little over 42, like this one right here, 42.14. So 42.14 to 42.4 is the average. What the heck? I only got 100. Whoa, how come this one is all weird? Hold on. 1,000. Apply. Gauge. There we go. So I fixed that one right up. That one is only at 100 cores, so we might see some increased hash rate there. Let it refresh. So those are my overclock settings anyway for that. Actually, I got, where is it? Let me check this. This will help you out in some overclock settings. Engage. A2000 hash rates. So here's some overclock settings I got for the A2000 for you. I don't know if you can see it all, but for Ethereum, you know, it's 42 mega hash, 68 software power, 78 wall power, 0.539 hash to watt ratio. I was using 950 core at the time for that, and 3200 memory and T-Rex. Now Flux, we got 23.4 souls at 0.3 hash to watt. We're only using 78 watts. Rio, Conflux, Avian, Flux here. What do we got? 28.10 at 79 watts. So here's a few overclock settings. I'm sure you just want Ethereum right now. So anywhere from 950 to 1000 core and 3200 on the memory would be some Ethereum overclocks for the A2000. Now I also have, where is it? This guy right here. This one here is shunt modded. So I'm utilizing 1155 on the core and 5500 on the memory. So, and it's pulling 49.03 mega hash on the A2000 due to that shunt mod. Now it's a half shunt mod, not the full shunt mod. There's different shunt mods out there. Now the half shunt mod, which I have, I went through the video and showed you how it works. It's the one from JG Ventures. They sell that mod. You can do it yourself all day, or they will do it for you if you ship your cards to them. But it's a half shunt mod. And if you do it, that's just with the one chip on the memory side voltage, I believe. And it tricks the BIOS into thinking it's only sending half the voltage instead of the full voltage. That way you can get that extra memory and extra voltages throughout the GPU. Now, the full shunt mod, that there are some videos out there that some people are doing, unlocks like full potential. And you can see, you know, and same hash rates, 49 to maybe 52, 53. But it's unlocking like all the voltages, and it is very dangerous to do because that's when you will for sure start burning out risers. You'll be burning out motherboard PCI Express slots and stuff. So do not do the complete full shunt mod. You only want to kind of half shunt mod the A2000 to keep it in that safer range of, you know, that PCI Express slot and stuff. Anyway, yeah. Do you have a link? Oh, no, I don't think I have any links to my spreadsheets. They're just spreadsheets I do to videos. I don't know if they're public or not because I'm not using Google Docs that everyone else seems to be using. So maybe I should switch and make a Google Doc account and stuff. But right now I'm just using some online Excel thing, and I'm not sure if it can be linked to or not. Possibly it could. You know what? I'll look into it and see what happens, and maybe I'll try to get some spreadsheet links to people. What if he says full? He just means two shunt mods. Yeah, when I say full shunt mods, that means putting the chip on both capacitors, the front and back side of your GPU, not where we usually see we're just seeing the one, which is half of it. But yeah, the full shunt mod changes both resistors, and the half shunt mod is just one. So yeah, I should probably point that out. Where is it? Hard Fork Crypt, or who does that say? Retro Mike. Yeah, should point that out to Retro Mike for. Thank you to Retro Mike for pointing that out. That it is kind of maybe confusing for some, but yeah, pretty much what we've been seeing from most of the miners out there, that is the half shunt mod that we've been doing, the single chip down by that memory, that one capacitor. But there are some full shunt mods out there where people are changing the resistors at both of those capacitors, which unlocks full voltages throughout the whole card, and that will break stuff. But at the same time, it is being tested. There might be like a 1.5 shunt mod or something coming out. It's being tested on, you know, motherboards blowing up and stuff like that in the background, which JG Ventures, they have been emailing me and letting me know update progress and stuff. But yeah, they are working on a better shunt mod that reduces more, but at the same time, something that is still within safe limits to use because, you know, it is blowing stuff up. So I just want to point out that. I wish I could get 49 mega hash on my 12 gigabyte. There is a shunt mod for the 12 gigabytes as well, Hard Fork Crypto. You can, the same thing. Go to JG Ventures. I don't know if I have a link in this live stream or not, but they do have the mods for the 12 gigabyte versions as well. You want to shunt mod your 3080 Ti for 240. That'd be insane. Oh my god. I'm gonna shunt mod to 3090 for 500 mega hash. Let's try that. That'd be insane. Oh, crazy. Oh, they're all shunt modded already? Really? The 12 gigabytes are? I don't have a 12 gigabyte, but hey, see now you have one. What are you getting for hash rate? What's the lowdown on it? Now, when the 12 gigabytes first released, I was hearing that they don't hash as good. They're not getting the hash rates that the 6 gigabytes were getting, but you do have the ability of mining like Cortex and obviously staying online with other coins longer. But then, a month or so went by and now people are saying they're hashing the same as the 6 gigabyte version. So, what's legit here? Where's the real numbers? I don't have one, so I don't know, honestly. So in your experience, are they hashing the same as a 6 gigabyte non-shunt modded, or how are they working? Hard Fork Crypto, thank you very much for the 699 Canadian. Oh, you're from Canada. Awesome. Whereabouts in Canada are you from? Thanks, man. Yeah, all 36 cards are 12 gigabyte. Nice. All 36 or 12. That's awesome. And, that's running very efficient. See, if you want, like, there's different miners out there. I like to say, some people like their density, some people like the smaller ones, some people like efficiency. If you honestly want to get through a crypto winter, you want to get through these bear runs or anything like that, or you just want to remain even in an all-time high as profitable as you possibly can, it comes down to efficiency. As a miner, your highest bill, your highest expense, anything that you do have is paying your power bill. So if you can get that power bill down to as low as possible and keep your hash rate as high as possible, that is how you're going to be successful in mining crypto. So also, depends on your power price. That has a great deal involved with it too. If you live in a place where you're paying 40 cents per kilowatt hour, efficiency will definitely help. But someone, spending twice the power at only 10 cents per kilowatt hour is still kind of better off. But again, where I'm kind of getting in the whole boat. Hard Fork Crypto, no, they're all maxed out at 44. Okay, are you still mining Neta? Currently, no. When they had all their mistakes and everything going, I turned it off. I mined it for 2 days just to get some numbers together, which I'm still working on the numbers. And then now it looks like they're changing some stuff. I'm waiting for the ergo difficulty and stuff to kind of level out again. I'm going to go back to Neta and kind of play around with it. But what I did with my Neta is I didn't swap it to ergo. I actually threw it into liquidity on the ergo dex. So I actually have some ergo and some Neta doing some liquidity on the ergo dex. And then, I'm kind of making some passive income of an APY by providing liquidity to the ergo and Neta chain. So I'm still kind of working on the side here. So I don't know where I'm at currently. I got to go check on that. But that's what I'm doing currently right now with that. Born in Alberta. Oh, nice. You're born in Alberta. Sweet. Lower mainland. Oh, you're in the BC, Surrey. Awesome, Hard Fork Crypto. That's amazing. Surrey's a wicked place. BC in general. Awesome. It's really nice over there for sure. Farm hydro paying 11. Yeah, they got hydro power over there. That's way better than me. 11.25 per kilowatt hour. That's a nice power price to have. That obviously lower is better, but it's insane. But seriously, think about it. I mentioned this a few times, but when it comes to efficiency, we're talking about Ethereum right now. 3080s. You buy a bunch of 3080s, you get 2 gigahash worth. You have a 30 amp 240 volt breaker. You have about 5,700 watts, 7,200 at 100%, 5,700 watts at the 80% rule to run 24/7 because you're running at 24/7. It doesn't need time to cool down. That's where the 80% comes into. Now, if you were to buy 3080s, you'd fit about 2.1 gigahash for 5,700 watts. Might be like 5620 or something like that. But for around 5,700 watts, you'd have about 2.1 gigahash. Now, if you loaded all that whole up with A2000s, you would have 3 gigahash for the same amount of power. That's where efficiency comes in. Do you want to spend 7,200 or 5,700 watts with 2 gigahash, or would you rather spend 5,200 watts with 3 gigahash? Obviously, you're going to make a lot more because you have an extra pretty much 1,000 megahash, an extra gigahash for the same amount of power. You have the same power bill as those 3080s, but you got that extra gigahash online. This is where efficiency comes into play. Looking at one card here, 2 cards there, you might not really realize it. I got 3080, I got 3070, I got an 80,000. They're fairly close. They're not too bad off. 0.3 to 0.5 of hash to watt ratio. It's not really affecting me that. You start ramping up GPUs, you start building your farm out, and you're just getting whatever you can. You start realizing how much power you're wasting by using those less efficient GPUs in the long term. But again, it all comes down to power price and everything. But overall, that's why I'm pretty picky. And when it comes to my GPUs, I do have a 3090, which is a bad idea. I have a non-LHR 3080. I get all these for testing and stuff. But when it comes to like expanding my farm, I only went with like 3070s and A2000s. I was picky. I waited in line to get GPUs. I waited till things were in stock and then I ordered. I didn't just go out and buy whatever was available because efficiency does matter to me. And right now I'm happy I did so, because now I would have a super high power bill and not be making as much. But now my power bill isn't as high as it would have been. And I'm trying to maximize my profits and keeping the power bill as low as I possibly can due to that efficiency. Anyway, a couple 2 cents there again. Lower main, okay, went through that. Boring farm. Max supply for Neta is 2 million tokens on Ergo and 2 million on ADA. 2 billion. I thought, oh yeah, something like that, and then it's due through a smart cut. Okay, 2 billion. At first I was like, isn't that a $10 million contract for the start here or something? I'm not sure. But then you said 2 billion. So I'm gonna have to look into it more and see exactly what's going on. But yeah, there's an X amount of Neta. It will disappear eventually. It's pegged at 22% more than currently mining Ergo. So remember, it happens at the block. So if you guys missed they were live streaming, Get Block IO there. They were live streaming yesterday, kind of talking about it, answering questions. I may do an interview with them on the channel here, so that could be fun. We'll see what happens there. But they kind of explained how it's going on. So it's pegged to the 22%. So example, say you were to mine whatever hash rate you have in one day. Say you're supposed to get 1 Ergo. So then you would get 1 point whatever, extra 22%. I guess 1.22 Ergo in theory, based on at the time that the block is found at the pool, it's pegged at the price range of that exact moment. And then it's thrown into the Ergo DEX, does the liquidity, which is where I have liquidity. That's where every time blocks are found and me having liquidity, it uses that liquidity, swaps it into the Neta and pays out the miner at the current time that the price to ratio is for 1.22%. Now, obviously, if you're taking like 4,000 Neta payments or whatever like that, and you're waiting to get weekly payouts or something, you may gain or you may lose in the process because the price change and the swap ratios could be different. So you can gamble in this too. If you swap it as soon as you get your payouts, if you set your payouts to as low as possible and you swap it as soon as you get them, you will be seeing the 22% gains. But if you're holding on to it, you may lose some of those gains due to the price and the swapping averages changing. Or if you even hold out longer, or potentially if you don't hold out at all and you swap it right away, there may be a quick price change and you could get even more, up to maybe even extra 50%, just depending how it swaps. So hopefully you guys kind of understand how that works. When the pool finds a block, it's at 22%. Now, depending when you swap it back into Ergo, the price could be up, price could be down, you could gain, and you could lose at that point in time. So that's pretty much how the whole Ergo Neta thing works out. What is the price of Neta? I'm not really sure, because when I Google it, it comes up to it. But actually, a good way to look at it would be, I guess, if we go to the Ergo DEX, launch app, we're going to run into the Ergo DEX here, and we can kind of see. It'll give us a little idea of what the price is. So let's try this screen maybe. Oh, it's not working. That screen, yeah. So I'm logged in here. Let's go to Neta right here. Boom. So if I want to swap 1 Ergo, so look at, now it's worth 302. Remember, the other day it was worth 380 something. Now, picture that the price of Neta went up or something, or Ergo went down or whatever. And TechMan, thank you very much for the $5 US Threadripper fund. Yes. Oh, Threadrippers. Oh, that'd be awesome. But so right now we're at 302. I believe when I got my payouts, it was worth like 280 or 267. I can't remember. But say the price of Neta went up or something, or Ergo went down, and it takes less. So say this was back down to 180. So in theory, if I got this payout right now from here, now you got to add on the extra 22%. Let's just try to, so what would that be? Like, what's 22% of $1.92? Hold on. Let me just do a calculator here so I can kind of rough this out for you guys. So 1.92, and then we're going to times that by 1.22. So that's 234. So let's just kind of get $2.34 here. 40? Oh, 50? 60? 80. Oh, too much. 75. 73. 71. Oh my gosh. 70. 69. What? Oh, there we go. Oh, 230. Yeah, okay. So 369 netta. So if we found a block right now, and it makes sense, look at 1.22. So you're mining on it right now. It found the block. This is what it's going to swap one ergo's worth to 369 this time. Now you get your payout out when it does it, and then you cash it out. Boom, you're going to get your extra 1.22, an extra 22% of ergo worth of it, so which makes it's increasing your profitability. Now, what if you wait a week or something, and now one ergo is worth, say, only, say it's worth 150 netta. That means now at this point, we're going to swap this back into ergo, and we're going to get 2 point some ergo. So you could either wait it out and potentially gain even more, or you may potentially obviously lose it. What if we go back into here, we go to swap it, now it's worth 500. Now, obviously, we lost quite a bit, almost 50%. So we're only going to end up with like 0.08 ergo or something. So this is kind of how it works. At the time of finding the block, it is a 1-to-1 plus 22% increase in netta. But in the end, depending when you swap it, if you don't swap it as soon as you possibly can, you may either gain or potentially lose that extra rewards based on the price of everything that's going on with netta. So it is working the way they do it. It's just that some people are not witnessing the extra gains because maybe, like I said, you have your payouts set for like, every 3 days or once a week or something, and maybe the price dropped and now you're losing on it and not swapping it right away. So if you're really trying to get as close to that 22% as possible, I would set the minimum payouts and then swap it as fast as you can as soon as you get it in order to get as close to that as you can. Now, if you want to wait it out and gamble, potentially get more or less, then you can do the 1 week thing or just hold your coins and do whatever you want. Or you can also move into liquidity pools. Like here's my positions. I don't have very much in here. There's just my 1 day or 1 day and a half or something of mining. So I got 2,783 netta in here and 9.16. So I actually wrote this down. Let me see what we got going on here. 2671. So I'm actually up 100 netta. When I first put it in here, I put in 2643 netta. So I'm at 2780. So I got more netta and I actually put in 9.01 ergo. So I actually gained. I'm up. I am winning, guys. I am making money on the liquidity pool. I got an extra 100 and some netta, which, isn't very much. And I got an extra 0.1 or so ergo from providing liquidity through this. And so, that's awesome. It's a little bit, it's maybe a few cents. I don't know, but good stuff. So there's another way you can use to, earn crypto and stuff running that. And that's why I think ergo, it's fair. I'm fairly bullish on ergo now, probably more on ergo than I am on Flux, honestly, because ergo is starting to do things and getting dApps and everything built onto it that really started pushing ETH to the top. These are the things when Uniswap and DeFi start releasing on Ethereum and NFTs is what started pushing Ethereum, transaction fees, profitability, all this stuff way up to the moon. Thank you very much, Bones to the Miner for the US $19.99, 100% appreciated. Bones to the Miner again for $1.99. Oh my gosh, you guys are insane, absolutely insane. You guys are awesome. But so we're going back to the liquidity thing. So I think ergo with the dApps being built, they're DeFi coming to it, and they're doing all these things at Ethereum, and they're 100% miner supported. You as a miner I will look into how you guys can vote so we can stay up to date on this, because you guys all have a say. As a home miner, single GPU, or a 1 terahash farm, if that's what you are, you all have a say on what happens to the ergo blockchain. You can vote on all these EIPs like implemented, and your voice does matter. So that's a really big thing as a miner, and obviously these are the type of projects you would like to support. All right, so does all that make sense? Ergo has dApps, Flux has partners. Who is going to the moon? dApps. I think dApps to the moon, because people hate NVIDIA and everybody now, and those are their partnerships. But yeah, I'm getting a lot more bullish on ergo. That's for sure. Again, it's still too soon to tell what any of these coins will do. I hope they all do really good, but I'm really hoping ergo does some great stuff with all this stuff getting added into it and being built on right now, because this is what Ethereum is doing. Technically, in a way, this is like early Ethereum, what it's looking like right now. And it's a nice efficient algorithm as well. Like it's less heat, less power. That, you know, those are all big wins when it comes to it. The only other issue is Ergo. If you're an AMD guy, you may not be able, well, you can still mine Ergo, but you're not going to be as efficient as, you know, the NVIDIA guys and stuff like that. All right, so anyway, do we have any last minute questions here? And we will probably wrap this one up. Nice midweek Wednesday mayhem operation going on. Let's give it a few minutes here. Ergo not on crypto or Coinbase, not even Zergpool. Yeah, that's true too. It's not really listed these places. What if Ergo then starts getting listed at, you know, some of these larger exchanges? But I also seen something about Ergo's really trying to be picky on the exchanges they move to and use, and they're trying not to get on too many because there can be large fluctuation. If you're on too many exchanges, like some people look at, oh, this coin's on this and this and this and this, you know, tons of exchanges as a good thing. And sometimes that's potentially a bad thing, because if you're getting liquidity spread across too many places, obviously, if you're on somewhere big like Coinbase or Crypto.com or Binance or something, you know, there's going to be a lot of liquidity there no matter what. But if you're spreading around too many exchanges, there could be a lot of potential arbitrage things happening here where a price is looking higher on one exchange and lower on the next. So you can do a lot of buys and sells across the two, things like that could happen and help manipulate the price, on top of, you know, smaller exchanges having less liquidity. You might want to buy it, take forever to buy or sell. Then you got to do market buys or sells, and then that drives price up and down instead of limits. And there's a whole bunch of different ways to look at things, but it does seem like Ergo is trying to be strategic in the exchanges they're using and what they're going to try to apply to in the future. I don't know what those exchanges are, but obviously, yeah, if someone like Coinbase or Crypto.com picks them up, we could see some, you know, nice price gains there. Insert to BTC in the way. KuCoin only big exchange for Ergo. KuCoin's pretty big though. Yeah, KuCoin is a fairly big exchange. Is it on? I don't know if it's on. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. I'm actually not 100% sure which exchanges Ergo is all on, but I'm gonna look into it. KuCoin is definitely a decent exchange. 580s. Yeah, 580s are actually pretty good for Ergo. Don't get me wrong, not all AMDs, but it does seem like the 5000 and the 6000 series AMDs aren't that good. Now, I cannot 100% comment on the 6000 series because a lot of people are feeding me numbers that sound too good to be true. So I'm thinking it is software numbers when it comes to AMDs. 5 and 7, 6000 series software is not even close to what you're actually pulling out the wall. And the only number that matters is at the wall, because that's what your power company pays you by or charges you by. There goes on KuCoin. Yeah. All right. So I guess we will sum this up now. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this live stream. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments later, or check the Discord as well. Join the Discord. You guys can DM me or post in the chat, that as well. Anyway, thank you for coming to this live stream. I will see you guys on the next one. Rabid out.